record. It says I'm recording now. So I'm going to record this Zoom as a practice because I've never recorded on Zoom before. For those who aren't able to record your presentation with each other in this way, one, you could Zoom together and somebody can share their screen. You just go to the top, a box comes up and screen. Let's do, and if that doesn't work, you can Zoom with me, and I will record your presentation, and then I'll upload it online. So really quick, just to kind of show you what I mean by that, let me share my screen. As I say that, where's my little blue box? All right. One participant can share the time. Share options. Okay. Sorry, I am learning right now. So somebody asked me real quick, as I'm trying to find this, somebody emailed and asked, do we need to do that online and upload it, or do we need to Zoom with me? Either works, especially for those that you're doing yours this week. If you haven't figured out how to record it with each other and you want to Zoom with me, let me know and we will do that. And then if those who are like, no, we've got this figured out and we just rather like record it with each other, Madeline, you have a precious dog. Then
thank you.
We can definitely do that as well, and then I will upload yours. There's all those, each of those. I'm gonna have to Google how to. Oh my gosh, I did this earlier today, and because I'm clicking on your faces. I want to share. Share computer sound, optimize with full screen. Share screen. Right. Okay. Do you see my screen now? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So here's Canvas. So I've updated the syllabus so that with this schedule has been updated. There's no new assignments. They're just the same assignments. They're just now online. Thank goodness we're done with the paper. And for the presentations, so for the presentation, there's still an option for extra credit. Has anybody contacted Dr. Tweedy to set up an online or a Zoom presentation consultation? Okay, that's okay. You don't have to. It's an option just for, and then for those who are doing this week, if you've reached out and you haven't been able to get an appointment in time, just let me know, and we can even have where you can do yours, sometime this week or next week, and we can make changes. I want everyone to have an opportunity to get 5 extra credit points if you do one of those consultations, but I know they've got a lot on their plate right now. So if we click into the presentation, I updated this today, really because I learned today how to do something in Canvas that I didn't know how to do yesterday. So this kind of tells you 50 of your points come from your group presentation. 50 points are from contributing to this discussion about it, whether that's a comment, responding to a comment, kind of creating a dialogue about that intervention. This was the information that was previously in there. You need 1 slide as an overview, 1 for a description of for the description of the program. What's the name of this intervention or organization? What do they do? Who do they serve? Is yours primary, secondary, or tertiary? And your recommendations. What can they do to improve their intervention? Do they find is what they're doing working? Does it need to improve? And include 3 sources. So this is also really great when you're talking about the overview of the program or intervention and the recommendations. So 3 credible sources, and so there should be a reference slide. I guess my reference page. And then the other part, the other 50 points comes from engaging. So there's this source, and this is for those who you can say like, we don't have to Zoom with you. We can do this on our own, record it and upload it. So from PowerPoint, there is a way to record on PowerPoint, but with being in different places, that might be difficult. You can also do Zoom, kind of like what I'm doing now, and you can share, so one person can share their screen and other people can unmute and talk when their slide comes up. You can notice up here that this is recording, so I can click stop record when I want to stop. Video storage, and how to embed a video into Canvas discussion. And so this kind of is a step-by-step of how to do that. All right, so I want to go back, and that's for the presentations. You'll notice for this week, so we have, I'm changing over the course right now. So instead of just putting documents in there and we kind of go over it in class, this is like an overview slide for the lesson that week. This is what we're discovering. This is what we're covering this week. Kidney disease. This kind of tells a little bit about catching up. For chronic kidney disease, here these are videos on osmosis, and this is the PowerPoint. The only thing I'm worried about with osmosis is I noticed when I got in, I've used several different emails with osmosis now, so it gave me 6 free days. Has anybody logged in to osmosis? Not yet. If you do and it tells you 6 free days, please don't purchase anything. If it doesn't show it to you after that, let me know. I don't intend for anybody to have to purchase anything for this class for the rest of it. I just think their videos are really cool. All right. And then here's everything it kind of tells you in an explanation in the paragraph. And then below it will give you a link for anything that was mentioned up there as well. There's also for the assignment, it's not due until next Tuesday at midnight, but it's the quiz covering kidney disease, which we would have covered in class on Thursday. So that's that. You have, for each of the quizzes, you have 10 minutes. There's 5 questions. They're all multiple choice or matching. Very similar to what you'll see on the exam. And then presentation. So this was kind of to tell people about the presentation. This is the extra credit for the presentations. And this is about engaging. You get 5 points for interacting with others' questions. So either providing a question or response to. All right, so this is for each lesson now that we'll cover. There should be a page kind of like that, an overview. And then these are the links to the osmosis videos. This is the PowerPoint, so everything that was just mentioned in there, there's an extra link to it. And then here's the quiz. Your group presentations. We'll click here for the discussion. And this is where you can add the link, or if you send it to me, I'll post a video. I can upload a file, and I'll upload the video here. And this is where everyone can provide questions or comments and respond to each other. So it kind of just creates a dialogue about the intervention. Okay, this is your to-do list. I'll go back to, okay. All right, so those are your discussions. The pages will be opening. I'm just still kind of converting everything over to online. Do you have questions? If you have questions, feel free to unmute now, and we'll start.
I have a question.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Who is that? Okay, I guess I'll ask really quick. Do we have to watch and react to every presentation? Is that what you said?
So your reactions are just the comments below. So yes, you do want to the presentation and provide a question or a comment to it just right here below.
Okay.
I have a question about the professionalism, what you're supposed to wear.
Very good.
How extent do you want us to go
Yeah.
into?
I wouldn't worry about it now because ideally you'll have your screen, the presentation up,
Mhm.
and you won't see yourself. So just those will be points that everybody just gets.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Will the quiz be set up so like whenever it says Canvas to do, it like shows like that quiz will be due that day, or is it going to be something that we're going to have to like look for?
Well, that's a good question. Let me see if I move this over.
It should show on your checkbox. I saw it earlier today on the
Okay.
checkbox.
My like lab quizzes just never come up, so I don't know if I'd have to look for it.
Good deal.
Okay. Or do you mean like your to-do list over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it looks like it's on your to-do list right now. So there's some announcements. So if the case study paper has been updated, the peer review. Okay. So the peer review, right. That's passed. That's passed. The presentation announcement. And so your next thing would be your quiz. So it should show right here. And it should take you right into your quiz.
For the presentation, do we need to comment on the presentation like when it's due at 3 o'clock, or like what's the time period of commenting?
Good question. For that, there's not going to be a certain time that you, it just has to be done. You have to comment by the last week of class. So, because they're going to post and then some people are going to be commenting it. I understand it's a little bit of a rolling time. All right, so here's for the syllabus, kind of some of the changes in the syllabus was, let's see. Notice after spring break. Here we go. Today we'll Zoom. For the others, this is just to say, watch these videos, review the PowerPoints. But this is too on your own pace for covering the material. So while they'll upload, in red are the due dates for everything. Post all your questions and comments to the presentation by midnight, April 28th. So that'll be that week 16. That's normally the dead week.
Okay.
Good question.
When we're supposed to be like when we find the intervention program, is it supposed to be kind of like what we did with the group readings, or is it do we just kind of find whatever?
So some people might find online, others you might find through an article. So kind of like the group readings, if something someone has done, either is great. Sometimes people, like if there's something interactive that you can do, I know that changes a little bit. A lot of times people do videos, which is totally fine. So let's see. One I'm just thinking of from last semester is, let's see, it was a summer camp for kids with type 1 diabetes, or type I diabetes. Okay, so this was a video that a group last semester, and but it gives an overview. Maybe it was not the exact video, it's a little bit different. But it showed that there's a summer camp and they're working on treatments, and the kids have their, I think I explained it kind of earlier in class, but they have their fake pancreas that some of them, so it's through a summer camp. So it was kind of a nice explanation of something that someone's doing. So when you're thinking about your intervention, more than just thinking like these people held a walk to raise awareness, think about like what are people doing to affect the lives of people who have it? Not just raising money, but how are they creating strategies, whether that's people who don't have it yet, people who already have it, or doing screening for those who might have it. Good question. Does that answer your question?
I was just kind of confused on what we're supposed to, like how specific the program was supposed to be, but yeah, that helped.
Okay. Yeah, and you might find something in an article that you want to do. That's also totally acceptable. That's great as well. Sometimes people that an intervention like that may also have a web page.
Since we won't have like the discussion portion, is it still 10 to 15 minutes long?
Yes, we'll still try to keep it within 10 to 15 minutes. So yeah, and that's where honestly that time really starts going by a lot faster once you get in front of once you start presenting. And we almost always have problems with people going overtime, so maybe this will help a little bit.
Yeah, I got a question. So you said you have to have sources when making a recommendation. Is that, were you saying, so on the comment section, we'd have to put like 3 sources if we recommend, like an alternative intervention?
So that's going to for your recommendations. So for that, let's see if I can, I was trying to a way if I could go back to somebody's presentation before. That would be in your presentation. Let me see if I can. I'm going to stop sharing the screen now. That might be in like your introduction when talking about the disease or talking about the intervention itself or giving recommendations for it. Those will be references. So it'll almost look like, well, it'll look like an in-text citation in a paper on your slide is the author's name, whether that's a corporate author or the author of an article. And then that last slide would look just like a reference page of a paper. Back here. Let's see. I'm trying to share my screen. Or are you still seeing my screen? If you give a thumbs up if you still see my screen. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm just sending it at the top of the bottom. Okay. Advanced. Personal screen content. Stop sharing screen. Oh, right here. Stop sharing. I was stop recording. Okay. Let me pull up last semester. Oh. Okay. Let's see if I can, and I can show you an example of one. I just want to clarify, you do not see my screen right now, right? Okay, right. Okay. Thanks, Brandy. I can see you. Oh, that's it. Anybody have any fun or exciting things happen in the last week?
Dallas is in stay-home quarantine.
Hey, that's what you're supposed to do. You're saving lives.
Woohoo!
I rescued a blind Great Dane puppy last week. Someone posted it online, and I was a breeder. I took a rescue took in a Great Dane puppy that a breeder wasn't able to sell and was told to put down because they were blind. And I have one Great Dane already, so let's see, what's two.
If you need a dog sitter, I will help you.
If once we get out of this,
I feel like a video or picture is much needed.
yes, I will definitely find a group presentation to. Okay, this vector signs oriented foundation. Okay. All right, here's one. We'll do. Okay, so let's go back and share our screen. Clear this out again. Okay. All right. So do you see this? Do you see my screen now? Kayla, Laura, I can see Kayla and Laura at top. Give me a. Oh. Okay. Perfect. All right. So here's rheumatoid. Here's a group from last semester. First is learning objectives. So just to tell the audience what you're going to cover. So you're going to discuss this, then you're going to learn about this, and then you explain. So then they gave an overview. What is rheumatoid arthritis? And so I believe this group went to Dr. Tweedy because a lot of people who do will come out with images and kind of little wording on the screen. But notice right here that for the CDC 2019 is the source where they got this. So they really don't need that rheumatoid arthritis part right here, just that CDC 2019 part. And then this was a video, so their interactive part was a video. They talked about the foundation. So here's another citation that they included. And just remember, if you are doing a direct quote, which try not to have really more than like one direct quote, but just remember, include the page number or paragraph number from the website if you do. So they talked about some of the programs that they have with medical research. This is where in the past I didn't provide enough direct information on making sure this is interactive, but making sure that this is an intervention and people can explain. Now in their presentation, they also went into further detail explaining like what some of the research was and what healthy living with RE programs meant. But notice they include a citation right here as well, which is perfect. And then they talked about tertiary prevention strategies. And so what some of these included, recommendations, this is the recommendation side, and then a summary side. So notice there was an overview to tell the reader what you were about to talk about, and then they talked about it, and then they gave a summary to say what they talked about. And then here was their reference page. Some of these, like this, what should actually be the CDC, should be the author, and I just know that from looking right there in the, so the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention should have been the author right here. This year should have been in parentheses. So just also making sure you're using APA citations. Sorry for dogs. Does that kind of help give an idea about what these presentations should look like?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 1 second. Let me see if I can get it. Kobe, say hi. If someone turns off their screen, he can hear you. You just can't see the screen.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
cute.
It's a great day.
Oh.
My roommates are also looking at your dog.
Mom. So she took in a Great Dane because
Oh my goodness.
yeah, but he's like blonde. I know it's cute.
Yeah, he's 13 weeks old. We're saying that today. We're not really sure, but he's 13 weeks old and he's over 30 pounds.
It's a big baby.
He is a big baby.
I'm outside.
All right. Sorry to distract us with Kobe. His Kobe, Kovi. The KO is for Kobe Bryant because my husband's a big fan, and then the VI is for COVID-19. So we'll got it.
iPods,
Oh.
and then I lost my iPod in the mall.
Right. Okay. Does anybody else have questions? Class or presentation?
I was just
No, don't worry. It's okay.
For our presentation,
Sky, what'd you say?
need to show our face when we present?
Sorry.
Do we need to show our face when we present?
You don't have to. You can pull up the PowerPoint and then, like if you were to do, oh, I guess I'm not sure. You can pull up a PowerPoint and then somebody can share their screen that has it pulled up, and then record it from there. And if that's what you're doing it with me, you can just, as long as you submit your PowerPoint, then I'll open it and then I'll start recording and have everyone present and then stop recording and then I'll upload it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I do need though, somebody, at least one person from your group needs to submit the PowerPoint presentation because I can't actually give you a grade until it does. The rubric doesn't let me start grading until someone has submit a PowerPoint. So it will need to be in either a PowerPoint X, or a PDF format to be uploaded. All right. If there's no more questions, that's it for today. If you want to stay on, I'll stay on the Zoom. So if anybody does have any questions you don't want to ask in front of everyone, I'll stay on here for a little while.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Stay safe, socially distance yourself.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Dr. Dawes. Thank you.
Bye. You're welcome. Thank you for helping me earlier.
Of course, thank you.
Dr. Dawes, thank you.
Bye.
I had a quick question.
Yeah.
So we don't have any scheduled Zoom meetings anymore, right?
No, this was it. Unless I can for office hours or really any other time. But yeah, so if you want to chat, we can do a Zoom meeting, but they're not required for every class now.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Bye. You too. Ross, are you still there? Ross, do you have a question or do you have to leave the room? I'm going to take that as you left the room. I'm going to close the meeting now.